remember to subscribe to the channel and put post notifications on to receive more amazing videos. First you need to go to your oven, then turn it on. Once you've done that, turn it up to 180 degrees. Obviously the temperature changes depending on what oven you have. Mine is a fan oven, so mine's 180. Now I'm going to move on to measuring. So everything else is basically measured according to your egg. I only want to do a small batch and my egg weighed 59 grams. So I'm roughly going to make all my other ingredients weigh out to 50 grams. Well, 50 to 60 grams. So now I have my butter. I'm just going to put that in. Once I've finished with my butter, I have to make sure it's around 60 grams. Now that I've finally finished my butter, I am going to add the sugar. I prefer to use caster sugar because it can make it light and fluffy, and it's just the best one to use if you're making a cake. So I'm going to weigh it out to around 60 grams. Now that I've done that, I am going to mix it in. So this is it once it's mixed in. It does look a bit piecey, but when you're actually there it looks light and fluffy. So after you've cracked your one egg in, you pour it in slowly. Now if your mixture starts curdling, if you've poured too much in, or it just starts curdling, which is where you get little air bubbles, you want to add some of your flour. So you should have your flour pre-made in a bowl. So now that I'm stirring it in, you have to really do it a lot faster, unless you have a cake mixer, in which case it's a lot easier. So this is it after I've done, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the flour in. Because even though I said that you should have the flour there just in case it starts curdling, I forget to do that a lot of the time. So now that I'm doing all my flour, I'm checking the scales constantly, making sure that I don't put too much in too fast. If you want to make sure your cake is definitely not lumpy, you want to sieve it first. If you're using a cake mixer, it doesn't really matter. So I'm putting some of my flour in gradually, because if you put it in all at once, then you're going to have trouble stirring it. So just do it bit by bit, and now this is it when it's done. It should have quite a good consistency that dribbles easily but isn't very liquidy. Now once I'm done, I'm going to move on to the food colouring. These colours are so great and have been really helpful to me. They're PME food colouring. I bought mine from Lakeland online, but there are probably a lot of other places you can buy them. Just search up PME food colouring. So I've separated part of my mixture now, and I'm going to try the blue one. When I put this in, you can just see how little I use, and the lid is really easy to come off, and it's just such a great product because actually they're like jelly. It's not too liquidy, so you don't put too much in by accident. One of the other great things I found out with these is you don't have to put a lot in, which means your cake doesn't taste of food colouring. So now you see I'm just going to scrape a little bit off the plastic lid I actually took out. Now I've got some of my blue food colouring, I'm just going to put that down there on the kitchen paper so it doesn't leak. And you can see how quickly that has dyed my yellow cake mixture an amazing blue. And it's just so vibrant. These work really well, and I definitely recommend them to anyone who likes baking. So make sure you stir it in well, because you don't want to waste it all. Just scrape around the edges, because otherwise you're going to have some yellow bits in your cake, which would actually look quite cool. that I'm done mixing my cake mixture, I'm going to move on to another colour. This time I've chosen pink because I'm actually making these for someone whose favourite colour I thought was pink. Turned out it was actually blue, so they ended up eating the blue ones. I didn't decide to use the lid for this one because it had hardly any on. So this is where you're actually going to see what the actual sort of consistency of this food colouring is like. This is my cupcake as it's going in. Obviously it's the blue one. So I'm just putting these in, making sure I'm not wasting any mixture, and now you can see that I'm putting the pink one in and putting them in the oven. They've already started to rise so much. You want to make sure it's on 180 degrees and put it in the oven for about 25 to 30 minutes. So these have raised really well. I'm really happy how they've worked out, and it's perfect for if you just have one egg. These are some other colours I also did later on: purple, green, more blue and more pink. So these work really well, and for anyone who loves baking, PME is definitely the way to go. Thanks for watching, bye!